Mr. Kwabena Obeng-Darko is an entrepreneur, engineer, and author. He attended Opoku Ware School. He holds Bachelor of Sciences in Agricultural Engineering from KNUST and Master of Sciences in Bioprocess Engineering from UCD. He has business interests in fashion retail, construction, engineering, and real estate development and investment. He has written these books: Perspective, How to Develop the Mindset to Start and Build Your Business; Streamline, How to Teach Yourself Money; Resilience, How to Develop Courage and Strength as an Entrepreneur; Unlimited Opportunities, Entrepreneur's Booklet; African Advantage, Becoming a Positive, Productive African; Self-Investment, Personal Development and Growth for Long-Term Success. He has been on many radio and TV stations to share his thoughts on such topics. He also has YouTube and Facebook channels, Obeng-Darko, where he shares on African dignity, entrepreneurship, financial education, personal development, real estate, and many more. He lives in Accra with his wife Marie and children. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest for tonight, Mr. Kwabena Obeng-Darko.
Have your seat. Praise the Lord. Pastor, thank you for inviting me. Nana, thank you for inviting me. I came with my wife, Marie. So thank you for the support. All right. Such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful auditorium. Wow. I was watching your service the other time, and I love the music. I love the music. Wow. So I'm glad to be here today. Nana Yakradu is my friend, my good friend. She calls me brother. So it's a Kwabena. And I didn't have to, I didn't have any option but to come. It was that short, but we had to come. There's something that is dear to my heart, that Africans will be positive, confident, and have dignity. It's unacceptable to have young people in our country, a country with gold, with oil, with timber, and yet, if you put American visa there, many of us will take it and say that there's nothing here. And yet when you go to the airport, you see the Chinese, and they come here, and they fight if you want to send them back. And you see our doctors, lawyers, it means that there's something that they know that we don't know. And I'm a Christian. I stayed with a pastor. I play keyboard when I was on campus, Kwame Nkrumah University. I was a choir leader, so it's home. I'm home, actually. So today we want to talk about investing opportunities in our country. You can't do much if you don't have the right knowledge. And growing up, we all know that financial education is not something that is so much available to many of us. And I say that if you come from a background where your parents did not have much, it's so much likely that your financial data, your financial information is not strong. And financial success is a choice, and it's a derivative of the data or the knowledge you have about money. For many of us, we know that you go to school, you must get a job, and you get salary. And many people hope that once you get salary, you'll be financially free. And those who have worked for about 10 years, and 15 years, you know that that is not the case. Many people, if they are not paid for 2 months, it will be a challenge. And it's independent of the profession. Whether you're a doctor or lawyer or a professor, many people, they work and wait for the money so that they can go through life. So if the salary delays, you see that there's what? There's trouble. If the salary delays, there's trouble. I say that if you have worked for 10, 20 years, and you cannot say that I don't need my salary for the whole year, or for the next 24 months, it means that you have a lot of work to do. Because the salary that comes to you is a seed. It's a seed for you to build financial freedom. And if you say financial freedom, it means that you can keep your lifestyle at a certain level without you taking salary. Which means that you've been able to plant your seed in instruments that work in your presence and in your absence. And that is what we call investment. And when I talk of investment, I'm not talking of the one that the man with MBA in finance will come and teach you. No, I'm talking of the one, because there's difference between the kind of financial jargons that they throw at us, those of us in Africa, and the ones that they have somewhere. In some places, if you want to buy a house, they give you loan. You want to buy a car, they give you loan. They bond you, you work all your life to pay those. In Ghana, at least when I was looking for a car, nobody gave me a loan. I had to work and buy the car. The house, we had to work and build it. Our financial infrastructure is very much different. And I dare say that those of you with higher education, that is the challenge. Because once they send you through school, there are so many things that can give you financial freedom, but then you've been educated at a certain high level that you don't think that you can go to that level to let yourself. So you see your sister who says Indomie, and because you are paid 5,000 in the bank, you think you are better. If you talk to your sister and you ask her, for the last month, how much did you make? You see that it's way beyond 5,000. What your sister needs is the right financial information. And once she gets that, she can be free. Now, your sister may not be proud of her work. She will tell you that me go school. So the one with the tool to make wealth does not even believe that what she's doing is of any dignity. And the other one who is taking salary is very far from financial freedom. The rich, they invest money. Whatever money comes to them, it is their goal. They constantly invest. The rich, they are like the farmer. If you give him a cup of maize, you go and plant it. And when maybe he gives him one bag, he will still not touch it. You plant it. Next time you see him with tractors of bags of maize. Now, if he takes anything from that stock, he still has maize, isn't it? Yes, but many people will just chop the cup full of maize. So that is a big difference between those who have financial freedom or those who have been able to build significant wealth and those who constantly struggle with money. And it's a choice. And those choices are contingent on the knowledge that they have. And so, if you don't educate yourself with money, we pray to God, we thank Him, we bring our offering, but we know that many of us still go through a lot of financial pains. If you don't solve it, you cannot change your financial situation with hope and wishes. It is a deliberate attempt, structure, that you must put yourself through. It is very rigorous. Let's say you are 25 years now. You can tell yourself by the time that I'm 35 or 40, I should not have to work to eat. And if they have to sack me from the workplace, I will not have to beg to take care of my children. And that is something that people who have financial freedom intentionally do. They pray to God, all right, but they intentionally. It's just like building this house. I'm sure that there was an architect. There were construction people. A land had to be bought. It was intentional. We did not pray the house into being. We built it. The same with your finances. If you're not intentional and purposeful about your finances, you will struggle all your life. And the sad thing is that people over 40 or maybe 60, if you're 60, or when you go on retirement, what do you think will take care of you? Would it be your children or your investment? I know a man, when he was very young and active, he invested a lot of money in his properties. He built shops. The ones that I know, he had about 60 shops, and he was taking 10,000 every year. So that was 600,000 every year. That man grew to be 93, and he didn't have to beg for anybody to take care of him. My grandfather, he did not go to school. When he was very young, he had track. It was barefoot, and he had a land. He would stock the land with the sun. And when he was very old that he couldn't work, he was selling the sun to people so that you eat. Now, there are professors who go on retirement, and they have to depend on some state institutions to take care of them. Because when they were young, they did not take care of their finances. And so the rich, they invest their money. The rest, they either spend the money or they save the money. So financial information is very key. So the first point is that you must have goals for your investment. You must set goals. It could be short-term goals. It could be long-term goals. But you must set goals for the investment that you have in mind. You must set goals. Write it in your book, on your phone, on your computer, maybe in your Bible. But you must have goals. It's very difficult to reach goals, or it's very difficult for you to get to anywhere that you don't have goals. If I decide to go to Kumasi now, every aspect of my being will start to focus on Kumasi. All right? So if somebody tells me that let's go to church, I can't go because the goal is what? Is to go to Kumasi. The moment you set goal to say that by the time I'm 45, I want to be financially free. I can tell you that when people are wasting money, you will not waste your money. When people are partying, you will not party. When people are misbehaving with their time and their resources, because you have that goal, it will channel you. And so financial success does not just happen. You must have investment goals. And what it means is that maybe you say that this year I want to have 10,000 cedis. And when that 10,000 is with me, I'm going to put it in something that will give birth, like the farmer. It is something that you have. Somebody said that, I don't have my salary is 1,000 cedis. Yes. And it maybe it's not even enough, no problem. But you still have to be free. So what are you going to do? It means that I have one job, but I can sell something in the evening. I can do something. I can farm. I can do maize farming. I can do cassava farming. I can have a boutique. I can do mobile money transfer. The other day, a young man sent me a message. He said that I listened to some of your videos. And from 2021, I've been able to save 60,000 Ghana cedis from mobile money transfer. That man can change his life, or has changed his life forever, if he invests that 60,000 in things that will give him financial freedom. But the problem is that many of us will save money, and the first thing that we want to do is to buy a car. And the other one is he wants to buy a land because he's tired of paying rent. And these two things have prevented a lot of us from getting financial freedom. Because the first money that you accumulate must go and give birth. Must go and give what? Birth. You must have a lot. If you don't have a lot of the chicken, when you kill the one that you have, that's the end. So the first money that comes to you, the 50,000 that you've been able to save, you say you want to have a very nice wedding. That money must go and bring you money. That is, if you have that goals to be financially free. But if you don't want to be financially free, and you want to depend on others, then that's fine. But if you want to be financially free, then you must have the sense to be responsible. So the other thing is that you must be somebody who is responsible. I'm responsible for my financial freedom. You are not waiting that somebody will take care of you. You are not hoping that God will handle your finances for you, as they said. You're not hoping that maybe the president will make good decisions and therefore you will not need to work to have money. No. And many of us will say that if I were in America, I'll be free. I don't have money today because the government is not good. Is that not what we say? No matter the economic problems that we have, if you are very strong with your finances, they can make you poor. And those of you with businesses, if you've been very meticulous with your money, it does not matter the inflation. If you go to Zimbabwe now, people still have money. Is that true? So if your finances shake, it's because you're not far from freedom. Let's say myself and my family, we need 10,000 every month to survive. But we have 1 million coming every month. Does it really matter? Doesn't matter. But for you to have 1 million to come in, you must do what those who have 1 million coming in every month do. So that responsibility is very key. You must be somebody who says that I am responsible, which means that you are not thinking like a victim. That's because I'm here because I didn't go to school. It's because my father died early. It's because I did this course in the university. It's because I married the wrong woman. It's because I didn't go to America. No. You must have that sense of responsibility to say that, yes, I am the one to change my finances. And that is how those who have financial wealth, that's how they think. You can always see that they are very much optimistic and positive of life. There's no way that you are going to reach a goal that you are not hopeful of. And so you must purge out negativity and fear. And telling yourself that, how about if I do it and I lose the money? How about if you don't lose it? Because those who win, they are sure. If, let's say, you are a galamsey person, you are digging. The reason you keep digging is because you have hope that you will get to the gold. If you are so much negative that maybe gold no grabiniho, would you continue to dig? No. So those who have wealth or who have created wealth, they have high level of positivity or optimism. They express that. They work towards that constantly. And you can see that their network, the people that they move with, they are also very much positive. And so whenever you want to achieve anything, or whenever you are thinking of wealth, or whenever you are thinking of an investment, and your friend, your family, you tell them, they tell you that, listen, Ghana, nothing works. It means that you have wrong network. And many people with wrong network never get financially free. Because all of them will not encourage you. They are always shooting down and criticizing and telling you why it can't work. If your network or if your relationship, your close relationship is like that, it will be very difficult for you to be financially free. Very much tough. Which means that because you have that goal to be financially free, you have that goal to invest money, you have that goal to create wealth, what you need to do is you be intentional about who you work with. If you're not intentional, because one of the greatest force on our life is the people that we flow with. The people that we call every day. The people who call us, talk to us. If you want to build finances or financial freedom, that network must be very much solid. There should be people who know a lot about money that you don't know, that you can ask questions and they answer. But all your friends, they don't know anything. The only thing they know is treasury bills. Or saving money to buy a phone. You don't save money to consume. You save money so you can what? Invest. You gather so that you can multiply. You gather so you can multiply. So if you are the one who is saving money to buy a car, saving money to buy a nice watch, you're very far from financial freedom. Because those who have wealth, all their money, they don't spend it directly. They always mail the money. They machine it. They multiply it before they spend it. It's just like the farmer. Always. But yours is straight. So you save money, 10,000, Now they are koto phone. You save money 20,000. Now they are koto ketting. That's why you are always struggling. Right, so that's how you build wealth. The people who have money, this is how they think. We have built businesses, and these are the things that we practice. When we completed school, we went somewhere, we didn't come with anything. And so we came, we said we wanted to build a business. For the first 5 years, a lot of challenges, a lot of problems. People will tell you, why you're not looking for government work. But these are the disciplines that we had to have for us to be financially free. Which means when people are rushing to save money to buy a house, we're investing in our business. When people were saying, buy a nice car, we're investing in our business. And when I talk of investment, the first thing is invest in business. I'm not talking of treasury bills. Invest in what? Business. Even if you have a chore, maybe even if you're a teacher, you must have a business. You must have something that gives you money in addition to your salary. There's no way your salary will be enough. You know it. Unless you are doing connection. And we are we are all in church. And I'm sure that our Christian values don't tell us to be what? To be thieves. No. And so one of the ways that you are going to reach that is for you to be brutally honest, especially with money. So if you're going to steal to financial freedom, you have lost it. It's just like you building a house without foundation to crash. So all the kululu that you're doing in the workplace because you think the salary is not enough, you are destroying yourself. Because then you don't build the right skill set for you to build wealth. Let's say your salary is 2,000, but you're able to steal another 5,000. Makes it 6,000, isn't it? So instead of you to plan with 2,000 and master that, now you're applying with 6,000. You're planning with 6,000. The day that you don't get the difference 4,000, you're back to square one. So you never develop that intelligence. That's why many people who, when they work, and with all the things that they do, when they go on retirement, what happens? Within 2 months, 3 months, they are gone. Because then they have not learned the skill to live with their rare salary. So money is not something that you steal to accumulate. It's lethal. It's just like petrol and fire. It destroys. So money is something that you have to be truthful to say that this is mine. If it's mine, it's mine. If it's not for me, I don't take it. And that is a sign of high financial intelligence. Because anybody who does kululu with money, it always crashes on them. Whether it's the country, whether at the personal level, or even at the company level. So those of you with companies, if you're doing a lot of connections, you see that you rise and you come down. You rise and you come down. Why? Because you're not truthful with money. So you are not going to build financial wealth if you're not going to be truthful with yourself. So it's something that you practice with. If it's 1 cedi, you practice with the 1 cedi. If it's 10 cedi, you practice with the 10 cedi. And people who are able to also build wealth, when they owe, they pay. You took your friend 10,000. So next time that you have a big deal, and you call him, do you think he will support you? He won't support you. And that's why people with constant financial difficulties are people who don't pay their debt. They're always lying. All right, you cast of mind, your friends who are still struggling with their finances. Many of them, when they borrow, they don't what? They don't pay. So you're not going to build that financial wealth with dishonesty, and you're not going to do that by not being somebody who pays who they owe. And these little things, it's just like building a house. Somebody's using mortar to put the block there. Somebody, before you see it, it's a nice house. And because you practice this for long term, you become successful. So one way to invest money is learning how to build a business. Build something. Our economy, if you want to be financially free, you must have a business. You must sell something. You must trade something. Unless you are paid a lot of money, which I know not many people have that. But almost all of us, whether you're a police officer, you're a preacher, I don't know. But, if you're a doctor, do something for extra income. Do something. Whichever skill set that you have, any product that you can take to the market, any service that you can have for people. This young man who called me the other time, he said that I completed electrical engineering. I didn't have any job, so I created extra classes for people's children. And he says that he makes 12,000 every month. And somebody's also completed school and is at home waiting for GES to give him a job. So you can always create something. In this time of technology, your WhatsApp, what do you put there? When people are looking for anything, what do you think they call you for? Do you have any product that people can call you, contact you? Every one of us can have that. So when you talk of investment, your best one is business. And it takes some risk, but you must still do it. Because there's no financial freedom without investment. And business is one of the areas that you put your money in. And if you do it over time, you'll be free. Our country said that when you start, it's tough. But when you become skilled in it, it's explosive. It's explosive. Whether it's t-shirt that you're selling, or whether you are bringing charcoal from the village to the city. Get to the level of the people. The many of our people, look at the things that they do. Look at the things that people do. Is it water? Is it Kobe that you can sell? Do something for extra income. Because there's so much that you can save. But in terms of income, it's unlimited. All right? There's no limit to how much money you can make. The only limit is the one that you have placed on yourself. And if you are not making a lot, then you cannot invest a lot. So there's no limit. Every one of us can create something that will give us money. Somebody will say, can we all become business people? You want to be financially free? That is the part. That is the part. If it's farming that you want to go into, get into it. And don't wait for anybody to help you. Start with the little that you have. You don't need a lot of money to start investing in anything. The little that comes to you, start with it. Start with it. Many times somebody says that, I want to start a business. So you're looking for a business plan. School, no? So you're looking for a business plan. This is the accountant, this is the manager, this is the operations manager. Those people who gave you that structure, when they want to start a business, they give them money. Okay? So I want to pay myself this in the book. Those of you who did accounting. Here, when you are starting, nobody will give you any money. So that is not the structure you use to build anything. The little you have, you start with it. And the best businesses in our country are the businesses that grow organically. And when you want to start a business, don't go and take a loan. 5% a month. Before you see it, you have problem. Before you see it, you are in the dish. So start with the little that you have. So person tonzua with him the sachet balcon. Esi ufi enim. In façon ba na wasan de ashen. Before you see it, that sachet has become a provision shop. And it is the mindset of those who have created wealth. They always work with what they have. They're very much resourceful. They are not wasteful. And they are always improvising. The little they have, they work with it. All the time. The people who are waiting for help, many times are even wasteful. Don't you see it? When they're looking for grant and loan, when you give them the money, they go and buy a car. Nice phone. The phone that you are using is 5,000. And you're looking for somebody to give you money to start a business. If you're serious, sell that phone. Buy the one where maybe that one can WhatsApp or something like that. All right? You're using 10,000 phone and you are calling me to give you money to start a business. No, it means that your frame of thinking is wrong. So you can't. Start a business. Sell some of them and put it in it. That is the way that you think in terms of those who create wealth. They are very much disciplined on themselves and they are very much tough on themselves. They don't joke. And if they have to sacrifice anything, they will take theirs first. and sacrifice. And that's why they have wealth. So many of the rich people that you see, many of them didn't even build in their 40s. Now you see them splash cars. The truth is that many of them, the things that they have gone through, maybe you would not want to go through. That's why you don't have money. It's not because God did not create you to have money or not to have money. No. These are decisions and choices. So wealth is decisions and what? And choices. The difference between the rich and the poor is the decisions they make when they make money or when money comes to them. Their spending habits. How you spend money will show whether you'll be financially free or you'll be a bond servant all your life. So wealth creation business is one. And then look at agriculture. God has blessed us with land. If you're in London and you want 10 acres, I'm not sure you can afford it. But here, every one of us comes from some village somewhere. What are you doing with it? A young man called me the other time. He said that I was wasting money. I was chasing girls. I heard one of your talks. I stopped it. And as I'm talking now, I have 150 bags of maize. Even if one is 500 Ghana cedis, how much is that? That's 75,000. You want financial freedom? I don't think there's any place that you can create wealth faster than our country. I don't think so. So when you hear that Africa is poor, it's actually the opposite. The problem is what they have told us here. The guy just created 75,000. Easy. Maybe you don't like maize. I can do cassava. And once you're making that money, look at long-term in agriculture as well. Some people have coconut farm. Some people have cocoa. Some people have orange. You have a lot of money in Accra. Go to your village, go and buy 100 acres. Even if you don't do anything on it, it's yours. Do some documentation on it. You don't have to be 50 years to do this. You're a young woman, you can do it. The car you are driving is 75,000, 100,000. Sometimes I'm shocked that somebody who works in a bank taking 5,000 is driving a car which is 300,000. So why do you go to work? Because I won't go, especially if I need the salary. I will sell that car, go to the work, all right, but I will invest, maybe buy a small car, have 200,000, go and get a land. I will suffer. They will try to chop my money, but I will build it. If you're harvesting 100 bags of cocoa this year, do you know how much it's worth? And this one will not be money that you have stolen. This is money that you have worked for. So these are the blessings that God has given us. Break it down. You see that there are so many opportunities in our country. That's why the foreigners don't go. Ghana's economy is this omboa. Where the inflation went to, if those figures were true, all of us would be dead. All right? In those countries, if inflation goes to that, they will have depression. But here, people were still moving. People were still building. People were still driving cars. Can you not see the size of the economy is far more than what they are telling you? Open your eyes. Don't take IMF definition of Ghana, of Africa. Don't take it. Look around you and see. People are building all the time. So don't take yourself out of it. The money is in the culture. The money is where? It's in the culture. It's on the ground. Our form. It is all come profile. Obebre. Uni mame kachiro. What do you have business about kwa oye? I want a niche market. I want branding. Which branding? The people want it. Can they afford it at that price? Give it to them. Unkwa upeso ye restaurant. Miwa emina tonu wache. Debi odi 500 cedis coffee. Restaurant do biya krama. And what penti no ma bebre wo ho na wo cambro phone wa hyehyɛ nkrofo atade. Who is coming there? If you don't understand the culture, you cannot be prosperous. So get to the level of the people. They are thinking. Also, a designer. Unkwa na opama atade na de logo biya bo. Ani pasa na pam. Because Mike Tempia Opam, Umasalai or Hosa. I'm talking to those who went to school. Because you seem not to understand money. You seem not to understand our culture. Bring yourself down. Understand the people. Serve the people where they are. And that's how you become wealthy. Oh, so okay. So let me wrap up the question and answers. And so focus on investment that will cash flow. See money every day. Okwakoye bibia ye de bema won hu sika every day. Any tranteman santa bia okodwom no. Enwumre bia okan sika. Wo so person your government contract. Bosumi nsia ne ntua oka. On so say ayehye. And a bank for no pay. Think. Cash flow every day. So I thank you.
I think we have some few microphones around. If you have a question, kindly raise your hand so that the ushers assist you. Thank you. Mr. Adams. Okay. Let's see you by hand so that we can. Okay, the one. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Darko. My question is for people who are working and still want to venture into businesses. It means that you would have to entrust it into people. You have to entrust the operations to other people. Oh, do I have to get up? Okay, sorry. You were looking for me. Okay, so I was saying that for people who are engaged in, let's say, are working full-time in offices and all of that, and still want to venture into business, it means that they will have to entrust it to other people. And sometimes integrity is a bit of an issue. How do you manage that? You know, trusting people with the things that you have brought up, for them to be able to take care of it whilst you're away. Thank you.
Yeah, yes. One of the key things that you see with those who have money is they have strong team. And they have very strong people ability or social skill. They're able to pick somebody and train them to work even far more than they would work. You know, so if you're working somewhere and you have to train people, sometimes the person that you even pick may not look like somebody that you can even pick. But you must have that knack to identify talent and develop it. You know? And you should say that, okay, I'm working somewhere. I can't be here. But any little time that I have to come here and supervise. But many times, they tell us that a lot of our people, you know, we or shop or and now ball chrono Ghana Juma many Ghana, you know, those things you continue to hear them. Even our big business people continue to say that. I will go to India and bring somebody else. I think that is wrong. Because if they go to India, they are stealing their own people as well. So I think that you must just say, okay, I have this provision shop. I'll try some young girl who has just completed SHS. Okay, I monitor her. I know this lady who works in an insurance company, but wafa girls be omo chiku suyamano. Eben in a company name to or kiosk no na again. And I'm sure that she will go home maybe every day with 100 cedis. 100 cedis for 20 days is 2,000. So I will do that. Even if it fails, I will do again. You see, the vision is to get financially free. So nothing should stop you from getting there. Am I right? Yeah, so pick somebody and develop that person. But I mean for the Abaso. For the I say, oh, I feel not the need here. And yes, I obey you, can't tell.
You may be a question, also with 3 months. That's just it. Okay, there's another question. Person at the back. Obiwechi.
KOD, thank you very much. Well, I came in late, but a few points I noted down. Don't take IMF definition of Ghana. Get to the level of the people, understand the culture of the people. Focus on what will bring you cash flow every day. Now, my question is this. I have a container. I have 2,000 Ghana cedis. I can't think through. What do I do? Thank you.
You can't what?
I can't think through what I want to do. I have a container. I have 2,000 cedis.
Yes.
What would be your advice?
Where the container is, look at what the people want there. They buy milk, they buy water. Sell what is needed in the community. The business will be successful not because so much of how special the business idea is. Is that product or service needed in the community? Is there demand for that? Put what they need there. And 2,000 for the United States. For 500, we cover there by community. We go. All right, sir. And the success of the business is more on your decisions and choices. But make sure that the product or the service is needed in the community. Special all right. So if it's water, sell it. If it's in Adwana bit matoa, if it's needed there, sell it there. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for a very great presentation. You made mention that for you to start a business, you don't need to borrow. Yes. Can you throw more light on that? Because we've heard a lot of people who are great in business and they had to borrow one way or the other. Yes. So if you could throw light on that.
Yeah. A lot of people from where?
No, even in Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that many of them, when they started, they didn't start with loan. Because you're likely to lose that money. You're on skill. You're on skill. You make a lot of wrong decisions with the money. So until you're very skilled, you don't borrow. And many times they even borrow for growth. Business has to start with an idea. And in Ghana, if you're borrowing 5% a month, you'll be in trouble. So many great business people I also know, they don't borrow. Many of them, they don't. And those who are running on loans, they know that they are not far from collapsing, especially high interest loans. And so if it's your first business, do with what you have.
All right, just a follow-up. So how do you, assuming you have great ideas.
Yes.
How do you raise funds or credit to start to put your business into action?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you have.
All right. Yes. Many times it's the capacity. It's your connection. It's your understanding. And you being willing to start at the seed level. At the seed level means that this is what I have. You know, so I want to start. I know this man at our office area was a boxers. Normal boxers, no. Was a no cotton. Capital. So many times it's the level that we pitch ourselves that puts us in a different category of businesses that we think we can start. But for me, if you don't have any support, any help, then work with what you have. You know, you can have very big vision, no problem. But you can wait forever for capital. Forever. You know? And so I won't wait for capital from anybody. I start with what I have. Into who here Goro boys are. When need capital be about the sidai. You know, so many of us can use that strategy. If only you want to go to the ground and offer services and get paid for, you may not need any capital at all. You know, but maybe you are an architect, you're a doctor, you think that you're friends, that's the challenge. But what to say me, obi anyhow. So, into Kokroma no kofa force no see. No betroso no akoton. How much capital do you need? But that person can own a boutique. Just give him 2-3 years. All right, and for me, our economy is like that. The problem with Africa is that we confuse a lot of the information that these guys have put out there. So we are not able to separate them. Many of the books that we read are from, you know, Elon Musk and the Carnegie and all those guys. Their structure is mainly different. Entirely different. So many times, even the things that they teach us in the university, you know that when you finish, you can't do anything with it. That's why the university people can't do much. Because they've been pumped with information that does not work. Look at your sisters who started businesses in your village. They have built houses taking care of their children. That, for me, many of us, that's the strategy that we should use. We will go. Over. So, for the big men, they started somewhere. Many of them that you mentioned their names, the first business, you will not even want to do it. I know some of them. It's not nice at all. They didn't talk of any funding from anybody. The people who continue to talk of funding are my mates, those from the university. They're looking for funding. Don't look for funding. Get to the ground. You'll be shocked the money that you can gather. All right.
Okay, I think the gentleman has a question again.
Yes, KOD, this is for somebody else, not me per se. I have a friend now. The husband is in prison for 20 years. She is saddled with 4 kids. Nothing to talk about.
Okay.
She keeps bombarding me with what she must do.
Yeah.
What will be your advice? Very difficult.
No, go to the market. Go and sell something.
Well, she's tried a couple of applying for, being employed, but looking at this.
Applying for?
To be employed. That's what she always thinks.
Okay.
But unfortunately, looking at the children age and time, it's not feasible. So what would be your advice to such a person?
She's not better than the woman selling in the market. It's not better than that. There are so many things that people sell. Obetima ton koko enyumre. Obetima ye evreze dokuna ton. Obetima kufwa obido konkra de ayek ice kenke. If it's in the head, so obi mfa na adwuma de a obeche. Your economy, no. If you don't look at the economy well, you put yourself somewhere. You put yourself somewhere, So tell her to go and find something to do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be nice. All right. If you go through to the market tomorrow, you will see it. So many. From construction product to agriculture to food to everywhere. There's something that you can always do. You shouldn't raise yourself above what you can do. When you are in trouble, when you have financial difficulties, you cannot have a class. You can't. Because you are in a dire situation. Maybe do something that is not sinful, not illegal, but you should not be ashamed of yourself. To pick yourself from that level. So she doesn't need any special advice. She should just look around. You can go home with 20 cedis every day. If you're a good manager, in 6 months, in 1 year, you'll see. So I'm not so much interested in a lot of nice. Just do whatever 80% of what people are doing. The difference is how you manage your things. Then you can lift it to the next level. But start like any one of us, and you'll be fine.
Okay, thank you very much. I think there's a question online from our online viewers. Nana Kojo Ado is following up on the first question. That is of the corporate worker who asked how he can manage it. He says, further to the first question, that is one of the biggest challenges running an agribusiness in our rural areas. I had a better experience running a pig farm in a rural area. I actually bought my farm hand from Zibela, and I visited weekly because I was a corporate worker. Kindly share any best practices or suggestions or experiences that can help. I must confess I have learned some lessons, but I need to hear more from you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so we all know that we have challenge with the way the work ethics that we have in our country. There's trouble, Abaya no adwuma mu ho no pesika no de akokoria. O wiewia sika no, obeye morning devotion. Wanim no obekan Bible abompaye. Enso still obeti sika ni biato. Minim de ntia ye nkrofo ni hia sika na ye were finya Yesu. So Osofo may have to explain that to us. Well, bompaye kan but hu sika pe. Now, we have problem with our work ethics. But I will say that if you try one and it does not work, don't stop. If you have to try 100, you have to keep on trying because that's all that we have. These foreigners who work with our people, it's the same Ghanaians that Mecom is working with, isn't it? If you steal, they sack you. If you're lazy, they sack you. But they have run for over 30-something years with the same Ghanaians. We seem to give up so easily on our people. You know, I think that you can't give up like that. So if the person has failed, maybe train them. If you train and it's not working, replace them. Just go like Obi Okatrotro. You know? Or fro, no we see, now oko, meboa. Or fro, no we see, now oko, but you are still productive. That's how you have to work. You know, so I hope, Kwadwo, you get that one.
Okay, my question also is around what the guy was asking and then my sister. Is it wise to, for instance, if you have a business, to tell the person, maybe I'm giving you 1%, you have a share of 1% in the business, then I think that they know that, oh, I have a share in the business, so then I'll work hard. But when you don't, I don't know whether it's right to do that. Because like she's saying, sometimes you are working and then you have a business. What time will you get to come? By the time you come, they have done what they want to do already. So how do you have to partner, tell them something? Maybe, 1% being to you work hard. What do you think?
Now, shares no more to say.
Maybe scan a bebano.
Yes.
Maybe 1% here would dear.
Okay. All right. Okay. I would say Chianikaye. Pay the person well, constantly train them. You have to edit our minds, actually. And so teach them all the things that you know can make anybody productive. 5,000 still be ready. So I don't know whether money compensates or prevents them from being nasty. I don't know. Because I've heard so many people say that I even pay them well. I send them to these places, but they still do what they want to do. So the problem, I think, is the ethics. It's the way we think that we must take what is not ours. So long as it can make me something, so long as I can take it and buy visa with it or build a house with it, it really does not matter. So I think we have a problem in that. And I'm not sure that giving them shares will prevent them. I'm not sure. But if it works, fine. I think just don't be stuck with one individual. If you find them doing something, you train them, they don't change, you replace them. Maybe the other one will change, but 6 months, she may not be stealing. 7th month, they start to steal. Maybe you can replace them or train them and see. But that's the challenge we have. And you and I know. I mean, we live in a country that somebody will stop your car and look at your document, and you know it. So, I mean, it's not like stealing is so dangerous in our country. After all, they are not pulling gun on you. So, if for me, you are there and you are selling 100,000 cedis, and they are there and they are selling 80,000 cedis, and the 80,000 is profitable, I would rather multiply. I don't know if you get me. I will not stay with one shop. I will multiply, and knowing that they can still cut corners. But then I'm getting more than staying with one that I'm working in. Because the Subane, the Eche. Yeah. So I don't know if you can correct that at the moment.
Okay. Are there any more questions? I would want to ask one personally. So you have hands-on experience. We've read your bio. You're a serial entrepreneur. You keep on saying invest, keep on investing in the risky one. Every rich man, has lost money before. But I believe we all have different attitudes and temperaments, and we all cut out differently for business. What are some of the practical ways you can share with us that you can check theft or fraud in your business?
Wow. I think, whatever, for instance, if it's a shop, make them write whatever they sell. And if you can, don't put one person there. You know? And every day they should send you whatever they have sold. And everyone who says anything should also write their name on it. And every now and then you can send people who they don't know to go and buy something and see if they are being truthful to you. And make sure that the mechanisms that you have set in place, they will always dodge it. If you tell them to do this, they will purposefully do the opposite and tell you that they think this is what works. They actually think you don't know what you're talking about. And so, and major part is also the recruitment process. What you look for in whoever that you are employing. For instance, if you come for an interview, as I want to open life too much, watch show on sour kick when you too much, only sikati a problem. Don't you see that this person is too expensive? So the person has direct contact with the money. They will steal. So why are you? Can you not see that? You know, so whoever you're employing, look at it. Boy, no teams on over in and washing over. Oh, yes, I can. No, we be crowd. Call be about any. Oh, in the niche wash. And to all fun, I remember many sicano. A beer war baby, but the oh yes, so back a crown a bit my day. A bensica. I'm not saying they will steal, but you can manage. So all that you are doing is to manage the process. You can't kill it. No. So you are just trying to prevent them from maybe, if they are stealing maybe 80%, you are trying to drop it down to maybe 20 or something like that. But forget, they will take some. That one, you have to be aware. Just make sure that what they are taking will not crash you. So that's why some people become so much pain. You shouldn't be pain. When you I've trusted this person so much, and I saw that he has built a house from a business, it is you. You didn't manage the process well. Don't expect that Ghana for the woman kind of crowd. You are in charge. That's why you are the leader there. So you must see. Look at the way you must see. Who wants a crowd by away so, but it's all crowd say, hey, boss, or do the agro. Test it out. Because what basso no. What basso pet. When him say, when you call your bones, will be or buy a sebi of Fras and Krogane by a Ufras and Grogab Fachebi. When there's a saying in the morning to say. Debia which in Yimpabwa, or just got away. You know? So you manage the process. You manage the and treat every individual differently. The fact that a queer we are won't say a Kosuabe we are. And the fact that a queer no coin yen a queer Kosuano day. So don't transfer the anger and the pain and the bitter experience to new people. Give everybody a chance to prove themselves constantly. Because it's a process. They come, they go. They come, they go. It's your duty to build a culture that they can work for you to be profitable. Okay, but don't feel so much attached. And don't build your business around one person that when they stop, the business is no more. You must always have a backup plan. Backup all the time. Into a free one will be a day. Will be sure. Because Ghana, you know, you will free up why in a time for. Why in time for no did you attend Basabasa? When you know, Kakrebi, and our teams will free with you more. It's still respectful. It's the culture. It's not because they're bad people. No. They're good people. Because I always say, how many workers now do what did to Abesi Muno Muadie, which is okay. But even that, when you attack them, they are respectful. So we have very good people. It's just that we've not been taught that. You know, so we have to tackle that, train them, teach them constantly. Teach them constantly. Because obi di Yesu moja ko pesika. What I say? Nti ono otiska ho a. You know, that's the culture. He thinks that he can pray and God will give him money. You know, can go to Malam and get money. So now the money is here. Why should you worry? So it's a paradigm that all of us must shift. So, but don't be scared. Do what you can. It's a process that you can manage and be profitable. I think so. You shouldn't let those things scare you from fighting for financial freedom. Because other than that, you can depend on one salary. Anybody who depends on one source of income is likely struggling financially. It's very difficult to depend on one source of income every month and have financial freedom. And when money is not there, you don't have options. You know? When there is no money, you don't have options. As a matter of fact, I was around Bofu. Opa Buzamano. Sika ufi and Nijo. Meboa. Sika ni wa. Asema ni so obufu kura na ode oboa ede. Obofu and Jack unisika benko ware. Because at Egu Aware, where the Minam Kayon Yosofo. Ohia, Emma Semba. Nipa Bebrea, Warren Bebrego, no, you hear. And one of the ways that men will prove yourself is when you start to do well financially. You know? And you can't do well financially if your financial information is not that good. So, are we done?
Okay, last question. We have a lot of questions online, but because of time, is it advisable to put family members in charge of your business?
Wow. It depends on the family. It depends on the relationship between you and the family member. It is a tough call. I think many family people don't have respect for the one who has created the business. You know, but for somebody to create a business for you to work with, or for you to work in that business, if nothing at all, you must have a lot of respect for that person, and you should be grateful that that person has taken the bullet for you. And many times, family members no say no man onim to bonso okasa onim rough. Ubi adwuma na se nipa na wafa na adwuma no okasa onim rough apam no. Because you deal with a lot of problems. So the least you want is the people around you who don't even have respect for the sacrifices that you're making. And so I think that family member who respects, you can work with, who is appreciative of the opportunity that you have given them, and who is honest and hardworking, and who will not abuse their privilege, I think you can work with that family member. Because you see the Lebanese people, they work with their family. You know? The Chinese people try to work with their family. But ours, because people need a lot of, you know, what's again our freedom no doso. We didn't say phone cry to the fear or konya baby ada. Into a year Jumana on Faho, Nanke Adia said, you two know that bontia, Kajumano be serious. But an intro be a word Juma Motimijai, the next day no friend Adam for some Reniska. So, Tiano, I said, no money be brought the diagro, and then also counting a here also. Because if you work with people who are productive, successful, and you want to stop the work, don't stop in anger. You spent 5 years in that business. That man is going to be successful, and you're fighting with him. You, everywhere you have worked, you have fought. You will not be successful. Because relationship, one call, can change your life. Meanwhile, when the man was speaking, you were with him. You were his driver, you were his secretary. But now you can't go there because you what? You didn't leave a good name there. Wherever that you work, leave a good name. If you want to be successful. I'm not talking of people who abuse you. I'm talking of people who have been kind to you. If you want to be successful, do that. Do that. Don't just fight people, you know. Because your character, everyone is looking at it. So if you are disrespectful to the boss, almost everyone will be disrespectful to him because they know that you are family. But if you hold him, almost everyone will know that even you as a family member, you are respectful. So they will try to be respectful.
Thank you. Yeah, 2 more questions. We'll take one from Adams and Emmanuel here. After, you can follow the speaker on Obendako, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. So for those who don't have the opportunity because of time, let's do well to follow him and get nuggets there. Thank you. Mr. Adams.
All right. This one is from the other side. Assuming someone comes to you that can you support me how to start a business?
Yes.
I mean, you want to support the person. What are the qualities or the things you need to look out for before you support the person?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I will look for what you have done. Prove who say me 10,000. Oh, but all the car I buy. There be over there now. What they shame. You get me? So the person must prove that they really need help and they have put in some effort. The money in their pocket, they have sacrificed, they have resource. They can show you data. I've sold 10,000 for the last 3 months. This is somebody who is trying. You can help that person, you know. And I look for ethics as well. Look for ethics and look for a heart that also helps others. I don't know how you are going to identify that, but sometimes when you meet somebody in their talking. Identify somebody who is ready to help others. Because many times those people are very much grateful for the help that you give them. If they come with the attitude that it's business, you put with this and I give you this, many people take loan in Ghana, they don't pay back. And so if the money you are giving him, you can't lose it, then don't give it. Once you give the person that money, know that it's gone. So many people have taken our money, they never paid back. Nice people, nice gentlemen. Some of them are friends. We're still friends. But they never remember to say what in the car. We know best written but what did carry the one day? Won't you? And as a result, they are always in financial problems, one or the other. So I would say that look for that kind of thing. Sacrifice what they have done and look for their heart. Are they genuine? Are they truthful? Look for that. Because you cannot quite need to anything. Misika guy be 3 years in it. Who take talk about over. Very few people are very much responsible to pay those that they owe. So you have to see that one. A great idea does not mean much because it is still going to, that person is going to make decisions on that money that you give him. If it's not credible, you go and buy a car with it. Woman or a guy be beside me this man. The first day Michelle knows Chelawati. The next day it's cannot call the honor. No what to shoot. 3 months let's carry your what's the answer? You know? So I really don't think there's any such thing as great idea. I think that there's such thing as great people behind an idea. Voltic is selling water. Akusia Mansa is selling water. It's the same water, no secret. It is the structure around the business that makes it successful. So the heart of the people, their skill set, their willingness, their sacrifices, their openness will make any little business successful. So they can come with all the numbers. Don't believe it. Let them prove it. But if you have heart to help people, no problem. But if you are looking for returns, then you must do a lot of diligence in it. Look at them well. Even when they come and they are quoting Bible, look at them. Look at them. Because the same person, if you're looking for the money, that's where you see their real character. So I will look for that. All right.
Thank you for the opportunity. Please, let's say in a family where there is no well-to-do person in the family, and here lies the case where there is a man, let's say 2 couples who are in their late 30s, and then the woman is a teacher, and then the man is a carpenter, and they've given birth to 4 children with 2 years spacing. Now here lies the case where all the children are very intelligent, and these people also receive an income of, let's say, 1,000 Ghana cedis per month. And then the closing time of the woman is at 4 p.m. The man also has to do carpentry work. He can't do 2 jobs. The same applies to the woman. Now here lies the case where the children are very intelligent and wants to further their education to become a better person in future. How will such couples be able to invest for themselves? Or if they are to invest for themselves, what also happens to the children? Are they to invest what they have into the children for the children to become better people to take care of them? Or they are to also have a way of investing? That is a question I want to ask.
Wow. Thank you. I think all the incredible we are here. Say one more crown on us one school says here. We did 12 years awahano. We did 15 years awahano. So I'll pull the children through school. But we said that there's no limit to income. And you can't tell yourself that this is the money that our family can make. It's only 1,000 that we can make. No, you are being lazy. Have that open mind to say that there's extra that we have to do for us to take care of this family. You know that the family needs about 3,000 every month, and 1,000 comes in. If you are a man in the family, if you're a woman in the family, come together, you know, and say that what can we do extra? There's always something that you can do extra. You can't just say that this is all that we can do. No, I don't buy that. I think that if you are drowning, you just have to do something to survive. All right, so I would say even if the man has to go to construction site to carry mortar in the weekends, you have to do it. You have to do it. If the woman has to go to the market extra, you have to. Because after all, you should know that every child that you bring is cost. You should know. I know that in Accra, for you to be very much comfortable, every head is about 2,000 every month. You know? So if you're making 2,000, a family of 6, there's fire. But you should know that when you buy car, you buy fuel. If there's no fuel, the car will not move. And money is that fuel. So if you're in critical situation, don't just say that we are sitting nipa bebreye obi amwaye there be me na waseme to waseme ye bibi fa ho. I think that is the disposition that the family must take. You know, you must do something. And when they say that, they say, but not everybody can do it. You have to. That's why there are poor people and there are rich people. The truth is that the rich people, they don't sleep. You may think it's lack. It's not lack. Some of them 4 hours every day. They don't sleep. They work. That's why they have results. And I think that anybody who wants to change their finances, if you put in the effort and you make good decisions with the money, you can change your finances. Everyone can do that. Yeah. So I want to say thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, KOD. Thank you for giving us these wise sayings, this knowledge and wisdom. We are so grateful. Okabibi say eskafo nenda, and it's true. Susuma ena enyaude. Now we're here. It's biblical. Thank you. We are grateful again. Now we call on Papa, the Papa of the house, Apostle Paul Daniels, to give us the closing remarks whilst we take our offering and then we close for service. So Kwa will give us a song for us to take our offerings, and then Papa will do the closing remarks for us. Thank you.